And some of the issues that we've been seeing have been smoke detectors, inoperable windows, leaky roofs, broken fire doors.
But things are getting better for the people living in some subsidized housing after city and federal inspectors come down hard on the building's owner. Hundreds of people living in just really deplorable conditions are seeing improvements after their owner is given an ultimatum.
And the changes are being made in 28 low-income apartment buildings. Rich Jaffe joins us now from Walnut Hills with a story that you will only see on Local 12. We'll look at what could be around the corner with a little turnaround here, Rich.
It's exactly a turnaround, Brad. For years, the properties that we are talking about have been the kinds of places that no reasonable person would want to live. We're talking about places that have been the scene of drug deals, murders, miserable living conditions, leaks, you name it. You wouldn't want to live there. It's important to note, too, our tax dollars have been paying for all that because these are subsidized housing units. But in the last few months, all that has started to change, and that's a big deal. I met Happy Peterson outside her building on Chapel Street. Inside, I found she's living up to her name.
These are the things that they done in the highway.
Over the last year, the new owners of this building...
They gave me a new kitchen floor.
Nice.
All of these cabinets up here are new. That's because I was getting on them about coming to get my stuff, and I was threatening to put my money in escrow.
Good for you.
Okay, and then they gave me new carpet, all new carpet.
The owners, TCB, also gave Happy a medicine cabinet, a new bathroom floor, and they fixed the leaks, making Happy very happy. The building is also one of 3 TCB properties that recently got a new roof. But city officials aren't quite as happy.
You know, we need to see some improvement here. We need to see some change. And, you know, TCB is not a small actor. As I indicated earlier, they're a national company with lots of resources. And this situation just pure and simple needs to get addressed.
4 years ago, TCB bought 618 mostly miserable apartments in 28 buildings from the New York group. This one on Hale has the second highest number of shootings in the entire city. 4 of the buildings have had nearly 4,000 calls for police since TCB took over. They've racked up 463 housing code violations and more than $20,000 in fines. Recently, HUD and the city dropped the hammer on the owners, telling them they want the buildings either fixed or sold, and TCB got to work.
We acknowledge our investments and progress have been insufficient to address the full level of distress that exists in some of the New York portfolio properties, and know that we are responsible for doing better. We are taking the REAC inspection results very seriously and making repairs to ensure the properties are decent, safe, and sanitary.
HUD has required the company set aside $25,000 per apartment for repairs. New property managers have to be named, and the city wants the Hale and Ridgeway tenants moved and the buildings demolished. Now, TCB is under pressure to get all of those improvements done in just the next couple of months. The city has asked that all of the players come back in front of the City Council Committee on April 11th for a status update. And TCB is clearly hoping that they can do enough to improve the conditions in those units so that they can hang on to some of them. In Walnut Hills, Rich Jaffe, Local 12 News. Brett?
Good story, Rich. TCB has also hired security for a number of those buildings. Some city council members say that they are cautiously optimistic about what TCB is doing, and they're hopeful that the company can become a model for other property owners.